Hey everyone, this is the month of October, and a lot of you that know me know I love history. I read all kinds of history. I love the documentaries in the History Channel. I read electronic books about history. I have conversations with people about history. I always want to know why we do the things we do. How did the United States get here? How did the countries form? What makes some of the countries tick? I love learning about Cuba. And I remember reading about World War II. During the early parts of World War II, when Adolf Hitler was attacking their eastern front, Russia, the United States and some of the Allies actually supplied Russia with ammunition and weapons so that they could fight the Nazis because their economies and their war machine wasn't up and running. The United States was. A lot of the other countries were making some of the war machine items too. But Russia was desperate. They were begging and pleading with the United States and some of the allies to give them help so they could fight the Nazis. So I read that. I read about some of the different religions of the world and some of the conflict, some things going on in the Middle East. And then I read that, and I'm not read it all yet, but this is History Month for LGBTQ. I try to learn a little bit about everyone and why they are who they are, and I have my faith. Other people have different faiths. I was a contract manager with the state of Ohio, and I had to deal with a another group, um, engineers. I'll just tell them, and talking with an engineer, what I wound up having to learn is how does an engineer process stuff? What do they look for when they're doing construction or planning? How do I need to present my story in procurement to them so they understand? And when they responded, I need to understand some of their thought process and how they decide things and how they go through their processing. So that was an experience I had to learn, and I went to a couple of my friends that were engineers. I said, "Look, I need you to help me. I need to understand this so I can better do my job." And they were real helpful. It took us like 4 months, but I had a better understanding, and then I could deal with the engineers on a much more even keel in a way that I could present to them so that they understood. And when they responded, I understood where they were coming from. So history is very important to understand people, understand cultures, and just like some of the things from how people act in from northern Alaska to the Panama Canal to Chile to all kinds of different worlds because they're different. They have different environment. They have different temperatures. They have different governments. They have different what it's just because their culture in the last 2,000 years has changed. It's different than ours. So I love history, and the and this community is just one more that I'm reading about and learning. Have a great day. Enjoy reading.